we are powerful when we find ways to keep our spirit alive and to share that spirit with each other. And there's no purer way to do that, in my opinion, than creating from your heart and sharing it with others.
Do you see what a metaphysical can of worms this portal is?
So, I don't know about y'all, but I am tired. I am tired. I am overstimulated 24 hours a day. I am feeling the pressure of being from the peasant class, if you will, in the world that we are living in here today. Working, multiple jobs and trying to take care of a whole other human being and 2 dog beings completely by myself, and not even able to, make enough money to just cover basic living expenses. And everything is getting more and more expensive. So it's like, I look at my own life and it's this constant nightmare treadmill of trying to outrun eviction. And now the things that we're witnessing, while a lot of this stuff has been going on in one flavor or the other for many years, there's so much brought to the forefront in the spotlight, and there's so much more extreme versions of terrible things happening in the United States where I live. That's in my lifetime. Okay, because I understand the history isn't all sunshine and rainbows, but in my lifetime, it does feel like things are a powder keg. So I've got the solo parent pressure. I've got the being poor pressure. I've had like a string of what some might call bad luck. But I like to think that I'm gonna at some point metabolize something positive out of it. But right now I'm still in it. And I'm just trying to survive. And like witnessing the trauma of other people as well. Going through collective traumas. Being afraid not only for yourself, but like for your whole society, for your neighbors. It's like all the stress that I feel, which is so overwhelming to my neurodivergent brain and nervous system, and trying to navigate all of this with just that constant crushing weight of late stage capitalism, just absolutely pancaking me. It's like, that's that effect they did first in A Beautiful Mind. And then I think they did it again in Oppenheimer, where there's like all the mathematical equations like all around my head. That's me every waking hour. It's just running in the background like a bootleg ass app you shouldn't have downloaded, and it's just sucking your data and it's sucking your battery dry. And that is what this feels like. Survival math. Running constantly. No matter what else I'm doing or trying to do, I start to dissociate into, I'm going to think about this situation hard enough, then I'm going to find some escape hatch that doesn't involve selling my ass. Okay? And I'm just being honest. And the thing is, this isn't a Lux pity party edition. Okay? The thing is, this is not unique, and it's becoming less unique by the minute. This crushing existential weight. It feels impossible to live and survive for so many of us. And then I try to zoom out to get some perspective, and it just makes me feel worse. And I do stay informed. I want to know what's going on. It's a delicate balance when I'm already burnt out and juggling so much, but it's necessary. You know, if I love my country, I need to pay attention to what's happening in it, and I need to pay attention to what's happening in my community, and staying informed and being aware is like the first step in doing something about it. At least being cognitively aware of what's happening to a lot of my neighbors, sadly. I live in a predominantly Hispanic area in Washington, D.C., and when I zoom out to get perspective, when I feel overwhelmed, I feel more overwhelmed. And I'm not a doomer, you know, but I'm just being honest about where my mind and emotions have been a lot lately. Because when I zoom out, I think about my neighbors, and I know that most of these people, they're not rich, you know? They're probably in the same boat as I am financially, with all the stress that I'm feeling and all the fears and all the dealing with what it's like to live in a high crime little hotspot. All of that they're dealing with, and on top of that, they now have to worry about masked goobers rolling up on them and ripping them away from their families. I cannot imagine the dread of that on top of what's already on my plate. And so I feel so heartbroken. And I also know everybody that is of the working class, and especially those of us who don't have like college education, special certifications, and we've got slim pickings, right? A lot of people like us, we end up working at minimum wage or close to minimum wage jobs. That means that, I don't know, millions upon millions upon millions of us are feeling the pressure that I'm feeling. And it's not even just Washington, D.C., which is very expensive. But when I've looked around, it's not much better any place that has any way for me to go make a living. It's really not. And it seems to be getting worse. And groceries are more expensive, and rent is more expensive, and the federal minimum wage is still like 7 something. How? I mean, wasn't the minimum wage like around $6 when I was like 20 years ago? Am I tripping? I mean, I guess I could just Google it, but legitimately, like, the system is broken. We're all struggling to survive. And now for the hopeful portion of this episode. Okay, now that we've addressed the doom of it all, now I want to shine a little light of hope, and also an acknowledgement of our personal power. Remembering that we have personal power when we're in situations where we feel so powerless, I think is necessary. I've been, despite everything that's been happening, and it's been so much that it would sound like I was making things up if I were to sit here and just rattle off some of them. Okay. Despite all of this, I still dream. I still hope. I still yearn to be creative. Every day, amidst my survival math, amidst trying to juggle the job of 10 strong men, I find myself still dreaming of my future, still feeling creatively inspired every day, still having this vision and like this wellspring of creativity that is stifled by my external circumstances. And trust me, I've been trying for years. I want to make videos. I want to share my voice and my perspective. We all have something unique to give. And it's important that we honor that. And I think it's really important that we give ourselves credit for still daring to dream, for being creative. Even if you're a creative who's in survival mode and who hasn't worked in your medium, maybe you haven't sat down and painted a basket of fruit or whatever it is that you do. But in your heart, you feel it, right? Like, it's not just me, right? It's like this yearning, this pull, the thing that keeps me moving forward and that keeps hope alive is that I can create, that I can take this vision in my mind, or take the thoughts or philosophies, reflections that I formulate within myself, and be able to articulate that in a way that other people can, just for a second, see things from another person's perspective. That's art, and that's being an artist and being a creative, and that can't be killed. No matter how much we're getting stomped on, they can't take that away. If you are like me and you feel the same thing, and maybe you also feel what I feel, which is like creative constipation. It's like all dressed up and nowhere to go. Or, spoon theory for other disabled people. You know what I'm talking about. You have such a limited amount of resources that you wake up with every day, and it varies. It's not consistent. And you have to utilize your spoons or your resources, your time, your energy, etc., your mental capacity to take care of priorities like survival needs. But at this point, I feel like if I'm going through all of this and I'm still dreaming and I'm still yearning and I'm still coming up with ideas and things that I want to make, then I think that means that should be a priority. Even if I have to totally pare down my vision, find a way to streamline it, find a way to fit it into stuff that I'm already doing, well, then fuck, that's what I'm going to have to do. And that's what I'm doing here with this. This wasn't like my initial format, random POV footage of me just living, because I don't have time to stop and film. I don't have time or spoons to stand in front of the mirror and make myself feel camera ready when I also have to deal with like body dysmorphia and stuff. And I am not afraid to show my face on camera, but it takes a lot of ritual for me to get there. And I don't want that to stop me from making any emotions toward bringing my dreams to life. So I found this as a creative solution. It took a lot of trial and error, and I'm still not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this, where this is exactly going to go, but I'm really proud of myself for letting myself be creative and do something that is for my spirit and my soul, and not just grind myself into the ground doing everything that I need to do for my meat suit, or doing everything that I need to do to exist within a system, or take care of another person, or take care of another being, but giving back to myself in this way. And honestly, like, it's this and learning Spanish. That's what I've been giving myself. I figure this can be something I can do in small bursts on a consistent basis, and it becomes an important part of my routine instead of something that I'm yearning to do but just having constant creative blue balls. And as a wonderful and not to be understated gift, being creative and dreaming, that's like a big fuck you to the people that are trying to isolate us and wear us down and break our spirits. Creo que aprender idiomas, crear, escucharnos, son actos de resistencia, y aunque pequeño, son muy importantes. I don't know if I said that right, but I'm going to keep dreaming, and I'm going to keep learning, and I'm going to keep practicing and creating in whatever small ways I can. And I encourage you to do the same, because we are powerful when we find ways to keep our spirit alive and to share that spirit with each other. And there's no purer way to do that, in my opinion, than creating from your heart and sharing it with others. You never know how it will impact someone's life, no matter what the art form is. Just imbuing some of your soul into something that you share could be medicine for somebody who's going through dark times, like you were when you created the art, maybe. Well, that's it for episode 1 of the Lux POVcast. I am excited to share my thoughts with y'all. Y'all can be my therapist. Then I'm gonna do this. I don't know if I'm in frame. Let's see what this tastes like after all my hard work. I guess I can lose this now. Oh, God. Being a vlogger is so much harder than being a factory worker. Or like working on a farm or something. And for the next 15 minutes, I won't feel poor. Yes. I'll feel gore.
Look, this is so good. I'm putting this on it.
Oh. Did you hear what I said?
What?
I said, I don't feel poor, I feel gore.
What's
May.
cool? Oh. I get it, cause
Gourmet.
Cause gourmet, cause this is gourmet food. What does gourmet mean?
It's a French word, so who fucking knows?
Yeah, they do good food.
I'm pleased. I'm very pleased.
I bet it felt really good wearing it.
Shit, creamy as hell.
Can I ask you something and you can tell me to fuck off if you want?
I might tell you to fuck off.
Garlic bread would make it.
The 3-star call. Yeah, okay, yeah.
What'd you say?
Garlic bread.
Oh, so nothing I ever do is good enough. I'm the worst mom in the world. No thanks. Yeah.
That's what you should take.
You know what? I'm not even hungry anymore. Just kidding.
JB Low.